What's up everyone? Today is February 20 and this means that I can finally show you the new flagship phones from Samsung, the Galaxy S10e, the Galaxy S10 and the Galaxy S10 Plus. And this quick overview I will show you all new major features from these three devices. Let's start it. All three phones has almost identical design language, but the size of S10e is not rounded, and unlike two other phones, when the scanner is located under the screens, the fingerprint reader of S10e is located on the right side and it combined with power button. It works fast and accurate. Beside this, position is very comfortable, so my thumbs always lays down exactly on the scanner area. Unfortunately, the unchangeable Bixby button is here again. As a mini jack, thankfully. But S10 and S10 Plus has fingerprint readers that's located underneath the screen, and it's not usual optical scanner that we saw in all other phones, but first on the market ultrasonic sensor. So it means that it's more accurate and secure than the standard scanner, but because of ultrasonic technology, the fingerprint reader will not work with any screen protectors, so you need to be careful with these screens. And one more, depends on the Exynos or Snapdragon SoC, the S10, like an S10 Plus, has a different manufacturer of the fingerprint readers. Maybe one of the most exciting things of these three phones is their screens, because Samsung's flagship phones always had the best screens on the market, and these phones are no exception. The Galaxy S10e has 5.8 inches display with Full HD Plus resolution. The S10 and S10 Plus has 6.1 and 6.3 inches screens, both with Quad HD Plus resolution. There is no notch or teardrop cutout, but these phones had this hole punch at the top right corner. Samsung call it Infinite O display, and unfortunately you cannot hide it, so you will always see this hole even in games and, for example, YouTube. Instead of Super AMOLED screens, they use new Dynamic AMOLED, but all differences in these panels in supporting HDR10 Plus standard. Beside this screens has super impressive brightness in 800 nits. Bro, as I said earlier, probably this is the best screens in the smartphones right now, because of the brightness, contrast and super saturate and vibrant colors. Depends on the country, the hearts of these three phones can be new Exynos 9220 or the Snapdragon 855. Unfortunately, I don't have opportunity to test version with Qualcomm chip, at least yet, but I think as always the biggest differences between Snapdragon and Exynos will be in battery life and performance in some games. Besides processor, the phones has a different variant of RAM and internal storage. From 6 to 12 GB of RAM and from 128 GB to 1 TB of internal storage in top version of S10 Plus, and all other modifications of the phones you can see now on your screens. In all tasks, this new Exynos chip demonstrates amazing performance, and because of 8nm technology process, it must be more power efficient, and I hope will not have problem with throttling. But there's no surprising that the Samsung made amazing hardware. The S9 was great and even S8 still relevant. But what's about software? The Samsung experience was good, but far from Oxygen OS or Pixel experience in Pixels. But now they release new interface, they call it One UI. So what changes? Almost everything. The main idea is to simplify using big phones with one hand, like these big headers that showing in almost every Samsung's app and even in settings. And when you start scrolling, the headers just moves up. There's new gestures and it's weird for me, but I kinda like it. It's easy to use and it don't take so much space like buttons. The design language was changed too. Now it's more like pure Android 9. And the whole system look way much better than before. And the new black theme works through all system and native apps. The cameras is one of the biggest differences between these three phones. The S10e has just 3 cameras, S10 has 4 cameras and S10 Plus has 5 cameras. The back camera in S10e has a standard 12 megapixel wide-angle sensor with dual f1.5 aperture and 16 megapixel ultra-wide sensor with f2.2 aperture. And the single front-facing camera has 10 megapixel with f.9 aperture. The fourth rear camera in S10 and S10 Plus has 12 megapixel telephoto lens with f2.4 aperture and optical image stabilization. And the second front-facing camera in S10 Plus has 8 megapixel depth sensor for portrait mode. As a main camera, the selfie camera has support of 4K HDR10 Plus video recording, and all three phones has updated super slow motion in 960 frames per second with 8-second maximum length instead 4 in previous generation. I can't tell you a lot about quality right now because I need more time to deep test, but I compared these three phones with the Pixel 3. And now the examples of the photos on your screens, and you can see the differences between these devices. The battery of these phones has also different capacities. from 3100 mAh in S10e to 4100 mAh in S10 Plus, and all these phones support fast charging. Besides this, like Huawei Mate 20 Pro, the new phones has a reverse wireless charging, so you can not only charge this phone wireless, but also charge other devices, for example the headphones, the smartwatches, or even other phones. And after all, I can say that it's not a minor update, but a step forward in a design, hardware, and especially the software. And this is it, guys. If you like this video, give the thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, share this video with your friends, and might Android be with you!